Okay, guys, let's get into this. There is some really heavy energies, and I might talk a little quieter. I'm not feeling very good. Um, it's like a tradition. Like, my birthday's coming up. I'm always sick on my birthday. I think last year in all of my life was the first time in my life I wasn't sick on my birthday. But normally I'm sick on my birthday, but I still want to get a reading out and see what's going on. Okay, let's get into this. Okay, so we're gonna do the charms first. We're gonna start, I'm gonna pull one of each of these cards. This is at the heart, at the center. Okay, someone could be trying to figure out their beauty, or they're seeing something that's beautiful. But at your heart right now, you feel there's something that is justice, or something that is going to be done because of justice, or something that's playing out. Okay, so we have justice. Right on top, we have the divine masculine. Justice at the heart of this spread is justice to the divine masculine, or justice about the power of the divine masculine. Maybe the divine masculine is stepping into who he really is, or he is paying a consequence for the things that he does and the way that he acts. I think this divine masculine is being forced to, this masculine is going to have to see something from all different sides. But if he learns the lesson, he'll get off this karmic wheel. Okay, so someone is trying to master the dance. Practice daily. Stretch and expand. Okay, so in the 3D, this masculine is got to figure out how to make things work, like how to balance things, how to go with the flow and still be on the straight and narrow, like how to go with the flow and still have a schedule, how to balance work and love and friendship and love, and where things actually are supposed to be put in their life. And the 3D, what spirit trying to teach them? I mean the 5D. Abundance is what's hidden. We just have to hold out our hands, and our angels will give us a cup overflowing with abundance in all areas of our lives. So, like, that's the part that this masculine doesn't see, because that's what's hidden to him. Okay. We have surrender. We can now let go of the things that don't work because we can surrender them to our angels. Freedom fell in reverse. With our angels, we can break free of all the negative things in our life. This is someone who is afraid to lose their freedom. Like, someone feels like, to move forward, to learn how to go with the dance, they will have to give up their freedom. All right. The upcoming lesson that the masculine's supposed to learn about himself. Reality is not only what we see on the surface, it has a magical dimension as well. And if we so desire, it is legitimate. It is legitimate to enhance it and color it to make our journey through life less trying. So this masculine is learning how to incorporate all things. Okay, what in the recent past is affecting this masculine to get to this point? 10 of Wands. Having to let down his boundaries, having to let someone in. 8 of Pentacles. Having to work on something. And with the 3 of Chalices in reverse, that is not allowing third-party energies, which could be, you know, drinking, drugs, alcohol. It could be friends and family. It could be, you know, other. But a lot of times the 3 of Chalices is having sex with other people than the person that you're with. The Hermit in reverse is coming out of your shell. 7 of Swords reversed is this masculine's learning that they can't lie to somebody, or they will lose what it is that they, you know, had at one point wished for. And with this Empress here, in reverse, it talks about it will make a situation completely imbalanced. It could cause depression, could cause, like, you know, anxiety, stress, you know, like, so this is someone who's being told, listen, you got to get your shit together. You're going to have to drop your boundaries. You keep talking about how you're afraid to lose your freedom, yet you are in your own personal cage. You're afraid to open up to someone. So literally, it doesn't make sense. It's like your life is a hard balance in between. I want to have freedom, but I'm stuck. I am stuck in myself because I'm afraid. These fears keep me confined. These fears keep me not moving forward in things. This could be a masculine who self-sabotages. Okay, I'm seeing childhood trauma. This is one of the reasons why you have to be willing to open up. Like, if your life and all of your relationships always go to shit, there's always a reason. And this is the year where we'll be called to cleanse. This is the year of the cleansing, the great, the year of purification, right? So we're supposed to learn the things in our past that have affected us to where we are now. Now, if you have childhood trauma, okay. So I'm gonna show you a quick, different few angles. If you meet someone, they want to be cuddled all the time. They love having words of affirmation all the time. That means in their life, that's what they feel as love. Words of affirmation and, you know, being cuddled or intimate. Now, that's going to transfer over to our parents. We always long for the love language with our partner to be what our parents or mother or father did not give to us. So if our mother or father did not give us words of affirmation or encouragement, if they did not hold us, if they did not nurture us, then we grow up and that's what we long for as our love language. Now, here's the thing. If you're with somebody who never had words of encouragement, was never held, was never nurtured, when they grow older, and they start dating, they're going to find that what they want or what they're attracted to is the toxic part of their parents. It's kind of like they will go towards someone who has these toxic tendencies of their parents. That's what will draw them to that person. So if your parents never loved and nurtured you, if they never gave you words of affirmation, and I'm not saying this for everybody, I'm saying in any of the 5 love languages, there's 5. But if those are the 2 that you don't have or you did not receive as a child, then both of those represent someone who did not show you love. So you will ultimately go after people who who do not know how to love you correctly. And this is the year we are supposed to break out of that, because self-sabotage, that's here. When that was your past into now, what it's going to teach you is what love is someone who doesn't treat me like this. But you're supposed to learn that lesson, that karmic, that generational curse, so to speak, is that because your parents treated you like that, when someone comes to you who's actually loving, nurturing, who wants to uplift you, and you may think that when someone comes in to uplift you that they're just bullshitting you, that they are just saying these things to get something, what that'll do is it's going to help show you that you will self-sabotage with anybody who comes in who is a genuinely good person, who like offers words of affirmation, who wants to nurture the situation. You will run, and you will be it'll be that situation of you want what you can't have. You chase after the ones who treat you like shit. How do I know? I know. I know. It's like a lesson that we must learn. And sometimes it takes us a while to learn that. But that's okay. Once we learn it, then we can apply it and we can start making subtle changes in our life. I would not suggest going back to the ones that have hurt you, because you never want to run back to the ones that hurt you to heal you. But going forward, you'll be able to take that knowledge that you have found within you now of why you love the way you do, how you love, and what it is that you look for in a partner, and see if you are attracting the wrong kinds. Anyways, okay, going forward. No, sorry. What was the past secret? What was the secret? What's our heart's hidden secret? Or this masculine's heart's hidden secret? They had their heart broken by someone that they are strongly attracted to. And now they could be dwelling on, no, they could have destroyed an attraction. Hurt people hurt people. When a masculine's heart is broken, he can't see past the 3D because he's not open. His heart is not open. He can't see past the 3D. So once he opens his heart, he cracks his heart open, that's when he'll be able to see a relationship as more than sexual, as more than, okay, I feel this attraction and I feel all of this stuff. On a different level. This is a very closed off masculine. Could be, this is like the epitome of fear of commitment, whether they know it or not. They may think that they're open to commitment, but they're not. They're definitely not. Because if they were open to commitment, they would not have multiple choices. This is the second time in this reading that this masculine has been told, you cannot have multiple choices. You need to make a choice. Choose one or lose one. Choose one and lose one. Otherwise, you're going to be broken all over again, reminiscing, dwelling on what it is that you did wrong, because you cannot be hot and cold. You can't, you're supposed, even when you think about how you're supposed to love Christ, even God says, do not either be hot or be cold. Do not be on the fence or I will spew you out of my mouth. That is God. God is love. So God is saying to you, if you are hot and cold, love is going to push you away until you make that decision. Yes, this is what I want. This is what I truly want. And then you make the choice to go after what you want. While you're hot and cold, Spirit cannot help you. You have to make the choice. Life is about your free will and your choices. Spirit will not mess with that, because God gives you a free will to choose, and He doesn't even take that from you. So that's one of the reasons why in love we can't force someone to do anything, because God doesn't even take away their free will. All right, going forward, what's going to affect this masculine? Temperance. I like it. I like it. Okay, so someone, it's going to be like right place, right time. This masculine definitely needs a lot of healing. The Empress is upright. Queen of Coins. Six of what? Okay, so this masculine is going to have to take some time back to himself. He needs to make the wise choice at the moment, which is realize that he may not know why things are happening the way that they are right now. Like, he may end up like being the opposite of where he wanted to be, or you know, like he may have just all of a sudden, okay, Spirit will not take away your free will. However, if your free will choice is to hurt someone else, especially a chosen one or a light worker or something like that, what will happen is Spirit will tell that person and will pull them back and will pull them out of your life on purpose. Like, a lot of times light workers are supposed to be in situations where there's pain, where there's hurt, where there's betrayal and all of this stuff, because the light workers have to learn. They have to go through these battles. They have to endure them so that at the end they can show others the way through the darkness. Okay, and that's a sad chosen path of the light worker that they made before they come in. And here's the sad thing, like, you know, you get here and you have no knowledge of all of these choices that you made before you came here, before you incarnated here on earth. You know, because it even says God knew you before He formed you. You made a choice to come here. You made the choice to come here and be a light worker or do whatever it is that you were supposed to do. So God knew your purpose before you even entered this earth, which is one of the reasons why one of my key phrases that I'm supposed to be a light worker for is protect the children. And that's what started my journey of protect the children, you know. So even when people want to say, you know, it's okay for abortion and all this other kind of stuff because it's not a baby yet, yes, it is. And I'm going to tell you why, because that baby has a soul. God said, I knew you before I formed you. God is telling everyone specifically, I had a purpose for that baby. That baby is supposed to come into the world because it has a purpose. And if you take that away, you're not free. You're free to have any free will choices, but you're not free of the consequences that come from that. And I feel like I've been getting these things where like a lot of feminines are feeling this depression and this sadness. Well, what they're not realizing is what they're feeling is their babies, the soul and the spirit of their babies that they took their life away from, and they've not made it right with those babies, and those babies are hurting. Their babies are crying out to them to touch them. And I don't want to go into this because I'm going to start crying again. This was already a hard enough one for me. That was the hard thing for me to deal with during that channeling. I've never had an abortion. I'm not saying that, I'm just saying, it hurt feeling the spirit of these babies that were hurting so bad, and these babies that it has not been made right with them by this mother. These babies are so upset that they're pushing through the 5D to the 3D, and the mother is feeling it, and it's coming out as depression, sadness, anxiety, like getting hurt over and over, until they learn to ask for forgiveness, and they release the pain, and they ask for forgiveness from themselves, and truly receive the forgiveness from both the babies and themselves, that they're going to keep attracting these people that do not love them. They're going to attract non-love. They're going to attract non-loyalty, non-commitment, all this other kind of stuff, because in the baby's eyes, that's what their parent did to them. They just betrayed them and left them. So we attract what we are and not what we want. If you have been in that energy of being that is what you're going to attract, until you forgive yourself, until you ask for forgiveness from the babies or anyone else in your life. If it's not a baby, it could be another person. It could be an ex. So this masculine could have an ex that they needed to get forgiveness from. Forgiveness has to come, like the Bible says, if anyone has problem with their brother, leave the altar and go ask for forgiveness. Go make it right, and then come back. So even God is saying, if you have hurt, if you have pain, if you have regret, if you have sadness in your heart, you have got to get the heart of you right first. Then you come back, because you cannot go and pray to God in the wrong energy. If you are praying to God for love and all this other kind of stuff, and you are standing in the energy of hatred or fear, regret, and everything like that, it doesn't work that way. You have to come to God with a humble heart, with a clean heart, just like in the Bible, whenever they would go into past the veil, if they passed this veil, they had to be pure of heart, otherwise they would drop dead right then, and they would tie ropes around people's feet so that they could pull them out, because all of these people were coming in saying that they were pure and that everything was good, and they weren't. They didn't make it right with their brother before they entered in, because if your heart is unpure, if your heart is unclean, if it is not humble, if it is all this other kind of stuff, it's harder for you to have God's attention, because you have done wrong. God can't be in the center of evil and sin. He can't. He even had to turn his eyes away from Jesus as the world crucified his son, because he could not be there to bear our sin against him, against, his son, and I think that he does that with everybody. Those babies were his sons and his daughters. So you have to go make it right. And I don't know if this is a masculine who pushed someone to have an abortion, or who said, I don't want to have kids, or literally pushed someone away because of kids. I don't know. Take it as it resonates, but I do know that it is hot as junk now. Like, my back is starting to sweat. We're starting to feel that rebirth in reverse. Okay. All of these are in reverse. Okay. The first upright is boundaries. Boundaries. This is the Ace of Truth. The Ace of Swords, which is truth, which is telling the truth, telling the truth to yourself, telling the truth to others, knowing what your truth is, and not allowing anyone to cross that by setting these boundaries, you know, knowing who you are. Now, every one of these cards fell in reverse. Okay, so what this is saying is Spirit, God is telling this person, listen, you're not grounding, you're not awakening, you're not taking the initiative, you know, you're not you're not casting away the things that were not meant for you. Secret intensification. I think this masculine knows. It's not a secret to this masculine that all this stuff has been this way. But there has been no intensification for it, for them to have a rebirth. Now, the karmic will always turn. And karmic will turns. It's probably going to turn in winter. I'm seeing winter here. Or they could be going somewhere where there's snow. Possibly up north. I'm being drawn to this fire. I don't know if it's like a bonfire. So some of you, it'll be where it's cold. Some of you guys, it'll be around a bonfire. Where, like, this rebirth or realizing who or what it is that you are is going to intensify. Where this light is going to, you're going to finally see the light. Okay? There's going to be, the secret is going to be known to the masculine at this point. Like the true secret as to why his life is happening the way that it is. Banishment. Why? Things happened the way that it did. Why this masculine keeps being banished from his manifestations, or he's not able to achieve something with a counterpart. It's because he has not put things where they are supposed to be. He has not kept away and set his boundaries with people that were not meant to be there, ones that would come in and affect a relationship, even if that's family or friends. Like, you have to be able to have boundaries with all people and know that most people will act with their personal interest in mind. Even your friends. Like, your friends could see that you're going to get into a relationship and they don't want that because you go out with all of them and you pay all of their tab, right? Masculine, like, listen closely. If you have friends that you go out with and you pay the bill for all of these ladies, it comes to a point where you're gonna go off and be in a relationship and you were beneficial to these ladies in some way, either talking to them, being with them, paying the tab, whatever, or extra sexual partners, like people that they can sext and you guys can boost each other's egos, whatever. When that happens, the person will try to break up your connection because it hinders them. It doesn't matter how it affects you. That's one of the big things. You never want to go to a feminine who you do anything for in any way, sexual, friendship, whatever, if you are a masculine, and ask them advice about another female, if that would cross over to where they could not be in the picture or something like that, because everybody, human nature is to act to preserve their best interest, not anybody else's. I mean, if you don't believe me, just look at, the US's leaders. They don't think about everybody else. They think about what benefits them right now. That is the season of what we're in. And God is trying to purify this. God is trying to purify this situation in people's hearts so they see what the fuck they're doing. Okay, now, Spirit is saying, I'm going to need you to take an initiation. You're going to go through an initiation. And during this initiation, I don't know if you have friends that are earth signs or people in your life that are earth signs. You might need to go to those people that are grounded. Okay? People that have the ability to see things from a logical, grounded point of view. Like, not with their head up in the clouds, not with everything being on fire, with passion. Fire signs are the sign of passion. They think more with their, their little thems or their mini me's than they think about with their heart. And grounded from a logical space. Grounding is coming back to center. The air signs, if you're an air sign, the air sign, it's more of wishy-washy. It can blow from place to place, or like blow lots of people in a sense, I guess, for the ones that have not found grounding. Water signs, water has got to keep moving. Water is the sign of going with the flow. It's never able to be still. So your water sign friends, they're going to teach you, they're going to focus everything around their emotions, what they feel, right? So what they feel is, say, if you go to an ex who is a water sign and you want to ask them advice about what's coming forward, they will automatically tell you without thinking about it or even realize they may be manipulating you, the best thing that suits their emotions, the best way that they feel is the right way to do with emotions. One of the best things you can do is go to people who are in an actual happy, healthy relationship that know how to do something, or go to an earth sign who has the ability to ground themselves, whether they're in a relationship or not. They got to ground themselves to know and to see things as it truly is. Because a lot of times earth signs will see things in black and white. It's like the sky is blue, the water is this color, trees are brown and white, the leaves are green, so to speak. Like, they see things as they naturally are. You need to go someone who can see something as it naturally is. But also, if you go to someone who's an earth sign, just make sure you have no connection to them from the past, okay? To ask her advice. Because earth signs will still see you in whatever form it is that they saw you in. So if they saw you as a friend, they will treat you like a friend, like an actual legit friend. And they will give you grounded advice. So just be careful who you go to. Like, maybe somebody needs to go to a counselor or something and get some healing. Cycles. Look at this. Cycles. And again, It's multiple females. It's multiple partners. When someone has multiple partners, it puts their balance in reverse, and it also throws their manifestation in reverse. Their manifestation for what? Prosperity. So in other words, Spirit's saying, if masculine, if you have multiple females in your life that you have not chosen from, it's going to throw your balance off. Your manifestations for what it is that you're wanting to come into fruition with this prosperity or whatever, it's going to stay reverse. Yeah, I keep getting, you know, don't be hot or cold or I will spew you out of my mouth. Look, yeah, that's truth. Okay, let's see here. Spirit, what does this masculine need to know? What does this masculine need to know? There's something that has to do with the arts. We have a masculine here who loves the arts or has someone who loves the arts. Like they could be dating someone who is really good about art. They could be interested in someone who is very artistic, someone who life purpose is to be creative. They could be an entrepreneur. They could be, you know, someone who can, you know, see things and speak beautifully, I guess is what it says. Okay. With the health, it looks like, what does this say? Match. Ooh, guys, this could be a twin flame connection. Okay, so whether this masculine is, I don't know whether this masculine is exercising or their person that they're dating is exercising. But I think that what this is saying is that this is a twin flame union, and somebody, I just heard health. Someone could be in the health field, but someone might go into a season of exercising to help them manage their stress. Okay. At the heart center, at your core, this is a clearing stone. This is a clearing stone. This helps you purify everything. Okay, what do we got here? Spiritual path. Learn and study. Journal, write, nature. Okay, so earring. Okay, masculine. One of the signs, how you know that your spirit guide or spirit is trying to talk to you or the angels are trying to speak to you. See, we don't have the right kind of hearing in the 3D. So to us, if the angels are trying to speak to us, we're going to hear a ringing in our ear. And this is if you don't have that whatever it is. That's how you know that there's a possibility that you're one of the signs that you're a light worker, that you will hear a ringing in your ear at specific times when the angels are telling you, pay attention. So when you hear a ringing in your ear, pay attention to what is going on around you, okay? Because that's the angels trying to tell you, pay attention. Okay, yes or no? What the heck? Oh. The elephant never forgets. The answer is going to be no with the person that you're with. I think you've hurt this person with this is the symbol for the Knight of Swords, okay? The Knight of Swords like rushes back into something to try to fix something, but what they're going to rush back into is the elephant. The elephant is someone who doesn't forget, someone who has a hard time letting go and trusting again. And if you try to ride back into a feminine right now, if you've hurt them, the answer is more than likely going to be no. But listen, guys, if someone does not choose you, or if you've hurt them and you go back and they turn you down, it's not saying that you're not good enough. It's not saying that you weren't worthy of something, or that every time you fuck up, you know, it'll never be forgiven. What it's saying is more than likely that that person within themselves has healing to do with being able to trust people, with being able to not be an elephant, to not hold on to things, to not remember ways that things happened. And if you like get your heart right, the point of that person coming into your life was not for them to forgive you and be with you long term. That person is there to teach you how to treat other people. It could be to teach you a lesson. It could be your karmic. Now, everybody always hates karmics, but I'm going to tell you, we are all a karmic to someone. Always. When we're a karmic to someone, we are one of the most important people in that person's life, because we will help them learn lessons. And we don't like being it, because, you know, being a karmic usually comes with us getting hurt as well. However, we are always a karmic to someone in our life. And this is someone who's a karmic to you, because when they can't forgive you, when they can't let something go, when they can't trust you because you made a mistake, that's going to teach you the ultimate lesson as of, I will have consequences for my actions when I fuck up really bad. It's not that I can go off and do whatever I want and then say I'm sorry and that everything will be okay. Because sometimes we hurt people because we aren't healed. As I was saying back to the beginning, you know, how if a masculine wasn't loved and nurtured the right way, their love language would be the opposite. So they would push away anyone who was loving and nurturing and caring, until that masculine heals that part of them and is open to loving, caring, and nurturing. And they find balance within their life between their masculine and their feminine energies. They will not be able to move on from that. You cannot attract what you're not. You attract what you are. So that will teach the masculine, and it will also teach the feminine. It will teach the feminine, why is it that this is happening to me? It's because when you saw the red flags, you didn't put your boundaries up. You didn't put your boundaries up. Because sometimes the fire is pretty bright. And sometimes our boundaries aren't supposed to be up yet, because we have to allow that person to come in. Because before we came here, we said, we made the agreement that we would come into somebody's life to help them learn the lesson. And until that lesson is learned, that karmic cycle cannot break. You know, karmic debt is not paid in full. We have to help that person by hurting them and getting ourselves hurt, because pain is one of the biggest things that helps our personal human growth. Pain causes our progression. Yeah. So it's going to be pain that this masculine learns from. Because why? The Knight is riding away from the yes, from the maybe and the strong possibilities. This masculine looks like they went from wait. Okay, we'll see how it goes while we're waiting. Strong possibility, maybe, yes. To end up at a no. As a no. As in them saying, writing in, and them not achieving their goal because someone's going to tell them no, or they're going to tell someone else no. And this could be also the masculine writing in, because on this tail was the elephant. You know, it could be a masculine writing in towards someone of their past, but they can't get over something that happened in the past that this other person did to them. Now, when they're in the energy of pushing someone away, life has a frequency, and when we are pushing people away, people will do the same to us, because we will attract what it is that we are, not what we want. Okay, so with home, with home we have feng shui and move. Someone is thinking about moving. Chase the moonlight. They could be going in the direction of the moon, whichever way that is for each individual person. Whichever way the moon is when they're thinking about moving will probably be the way that they go. They might even go somewhere where they can see the moon. They might go move to a country where you can see the stars and the moon more, where you can be at peace, where you can find true grounding. I see a diamond here. It's a button. Button is not secure on anything. The button has no purpose. The button looks like a diamond, but it feels like it has no purpose because it's not connected to something. Okay. Someone feels like they should be connected to someone, or they have no purpose. With no here that I'm still being drawn to, this is Spirit saying that's not the truth. Just because you're not connected to someone doesn't mean you have no purpose. If you have the twin flame here, you are connected to someone whether you know it or not. Your life is going to affect your twin flame. What happens to you will happen to you, will have equal or opposite reactions to your twin. Like if your twin starts to heal, it will flip back around. Once they finish healing, you're going to have to go through a time of healing. If one person, has a hard time with something, that eventually it's going to turn back around and the other person is going to do it. But when you're both healing, whenever you're both growing, you will have a purpose, because you're not only going to affect your life, you're going to affect your twin. Someone could just be looking for their true match, someone that matches them. Someone that matches them. Hold on. Someone that matches them. Spirit, tell me about the person that this masculine needs to go towards. Twin flame union, guys, are you twin flame union, heart, body, mind, and soul. Magnetism. Okay. They're going to be the twin flame union. A twin flame union is very strong, very magnetic. A twin flame union is someone who comes in and goes out of your life a lot. You'll always be drawn back to them because they're your twin flame, right? You'll be magnetized like a magnet. I mean, that's the definition of a twin flame, all right? So when one person is in a toxic energy, they're going to feel like a connection is going to take away their freedom. But what they don't realize is that when they are in an actual connection, like, it still allows them to be open. Like, if a twin flame comes in, you're going to open up whether you want to or not. This person, Forever Young, is a song of youthful playfulness. But I'm telling you right now, guys, there's a separation coming. Okay, remember how I told you twin flames always come together, they separate. This twin flame union is about to separate. Remember how I said no here? Rekindle. An old flame returns. Healing connections in reverse. So an old flame is going to return so that you can end that, to see if you will pass the test, if you will end something. So there's two people here one are being drawn to. Someone inside the home, someone outside the home. And here's someone who's just like a little fairy, like spying on everything. I'm trying to hear what it is. I'm hearing something, but I don't know what it is. What the heck is it, Spirit? What is... I can't make it out. I can't understand. What is it, Spirit? What is it you need to tell them about this twin flame? And my heart is hurting. Page of Wands. What? The Fool. Ten of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles. Queen of Wands. Star. Queen of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles. Jesus, guys, there's way too many people in this connection. This is the reason why it's happening the way that it is. Okay, so Page of Wands. Either this is a message that's coming in that could be immature and sexual, or, you know, someone who is in the non-committal, kind of more of a passionate kind of thing. You know, very excited and very youthful and, you know, wanting to go towards something, maybe sending out text messages or, you know, sexting or whatever. We have the Fool here. Now, the Fool is supposed to be ready to leap off this. However, the Rose is supposed to talk about a connection that is someone who is pure at heart, who is going to do the best thing for everybody. And like knowing that, like innocence, in other words, innocence. So innocence has been dropped. I don't know if it's been dropped by them or if it's been dropped just in general. So that's what they're seeing, is that this innocence has been dropped. This thing that they felt like, you know, they could trust everything and go forward. Well, now they're not leaping because they don't feel that no more. They don't have that innocence, that pure trust, that pure whatever to go towards this 10 of Pentacles, which is wish fulfillment. Like, this is, you know, receiving everything that you wanted, which is like your happy home, you know, your family, you're being stable. Why? Because we have the 7 of Pentacles. And this 7 of Pentacles, you know, something's not right. Someone's not putting in the work. Someone's not doing whatever it is that they want to do, or whatever it is that they need to do for this connection, so that this feminine can feel safe enough to take that leap of faith with this masculine. Queen of Wands. Fuck. Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is someone who is very attractive. Like, at one point, this person could have thought that this, with the star here, they could have thought that this person was everything that they dreamed of. So this could be an ex. Queen of Wands is someone who's very promiscuous. Someone who can get other guys if she wanted. So masculine, if you're dealing with more than one person, you have a Queen of Wands and you have a Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles has still got all the stuff the Queen of Wands has, except for she's ready to do things right. The Queen of Pentacles is loving and nurturing. She is the one who's stable, the one who's grounded. The Queen of Wands is a fire sign. Queen of Pentacles is an earth sign. With the star here, the star is Aquarius. However, the star here is looking towards this Queen of Wands. Possibly someone from the past, and they've turned their eyes away from this Queen of Pentacles. Now, with this here, someone's dropped the innocence. They may not even know for sure which one is which. So they could have been getting ready to go forward, but instead of going forward, they're looking the wrong direction. They're looking to the past, which we need to learn from the past. But okay, so how you're going to know who this is, the Queen of Wands, you've already slept with this person, okay? You've already, you know, put your wand in them, so to speak. Okay, so this feminine over here, the Queen of Pentacles, is someone who, we see the Hermit here in this top card, right? The Hermit here is helping this child up this ladder, like helping them grow up this ladder, whatever. The Queen of Pentacles, I just got a different download, can't forget it, but with someone who's very grounded, very intelligent, they're very stable. They may have tried to help boost your ego. They may have said things to you that helped heal your childhood wounds. Remember how I said about if you grew up and you weren't very loved or nurtured, this would be a feminine, that how they boost your ego is by being very kind, very loving, very nurturing. Now, if you're scared shitless of that because you don't feel like that's real, because if you feel like real love doesn't exist, the first thing you're going to do is self-sabotage that. Run towards your Queen of Wands. Now, the Queen of Pentacles can be the Queen of Wands, because the Queen of Wands is still like, you know, not the best. The Queen of Wands is not the best queen. They're just the ones that takes the actions. They know what they want. It's kind of like a child who's like, I want that one, I want that one. And if they don't get it, they're gonna like lay down on the ground and start bawling their eyes out, you know. Okay, so difference also, how you're gonna tell the difference. Queen of Wands is gonna have a lot of money. She's gonna be financially stable, possibly. Queen of Pentacles, she's grounded. She doesn't need lots of money. She is happy where she is. She is happy with what she is. Keep seeing a rainbow. Let's see here. The Queen of Wands could have shorter hair. The Queen of Pentacles could have really long hair. What else do you need me to tell him, Spirit? Okay. The Queen of Wands. They could be, well, first of all, they have a sunflower. Sunflowers, and I hate to say this because everybody loves sunflowers. Sunflowers are the symbol of cheating, okay? Back in the day, the reason why men started giving women sunflowers was because they cheated on them. Like, if someone ever gave me a sunflower, I'd be pissed as fuck. Because it would be a symbol that ultimately they will have cheated on me or they will have betrayed me. But they are beautiful. So this is someone who has betrayed this masculine, but is beautiful. So it's kind of like they overlook all this red flags here because this person's hot. But what happens around this feminine? Look at the outside of her. The inside where she is, everything looks fruitful, like she has a lot of money, but she leaves everything in desolation around her. When people come in contact with her, look, even up here on this Page of Wands, anytime people come towards this person, they end up worse off than what they were to begin with. Now, this feminine, when people come to her, look at her surroundings. She brings it out. She helps it bloom. She helps them see what their path is. She helps them see what they're worth. She helps them get to where they're supposed to go, whether it's with them or not, you know, like, because we have a hermit here, we have the child that's helping someone who, okay guys, sorry, okay, as I was just saying, this person can help your child. The child abduction thing just came up on the phone and shut the screen off. So if you're on here, pray for the child that has been abducted right now, okay? Maybe, and it was literally coming as I was saying, this is the person that could help your child, your inner child. So whoever that child is, hopefully they find this Queen of Pentacles that can help them find their child. Help them find their child. One of my exes, the one who I woke sort of when I started, what pushed me into this like completely, he worked with the police and he was very good with helping them solve things. I don't know, maybe someone's going to go to a psychic or a medium that is going to help them find their child. I don't know. I want to get off that because I don't like that, this energy, okay? Anyways, so someone's going to have to put the work in, but we have someone here with the Queen of Wands, or the Queen of Pentacles, they're coming in with the Knight of Pentacles. This is, I'm seeing 4 Pentacles. This person could be still guarding their heart, so to speak. This person, this masculine, this could be you. Could be going back into this person's life, guarding your heart, because you don't know if you're sitting there overthinking, did I screw up? Okay, I'm hearing this Queen of Pentacles. I think this Queen of Pentacles is getting sad. She's getting sad because she's starting to realize, or she's starting to feel like her purpose is to come into other people's lives to help them learn lessons so that they can make it to their happiness. But she's spending all of her time playing with children. Fuck. I think this feminine is almost done. This feminine may be contemplating if she wants to put the work in with anything anymore, if someone's hurt them. Possibly this Knight of Pentacles. Because remember, we have a purpose, but we all have a choice. Do we want to step into that life purpose, or do we need a break? Everything that we do, we're supposed to do here, will get done before we leave, if we accept that path. I just looked up and I saw healer. This is a healer. It could be an empath. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to get off that because my phone is about to go off anyways, because I'm about to run out of time because I have too much memory on there. Okay, maybe that's 10 of Wands. This feminine's gonna put her guard up to the soulmate connection, because she realizes that she needs self-love, and the connection is only there. Yeah, this is just, she feels like this person at that point is just someone who wants to ride in, breadcrumb, and get their way sexually. And she's done with this energy. She doesn't care whether they're a soulmate or they're not. She is ready to step into self-love. She knows her self-worth, and she will do what it is that she needs to do to have this victory. There may be some conflict that comes. Someone's going to walk away because someone had 2 paths and they chose 2 options and they chose to juggle. Yeah. So this is someone who's going to lose this is a King of Wands. They're not in there. They're not an Emperor. They're not a Knight. They could be stable. They're somebody who could know better. But with the King of Wands, you know, they think more sexually. Oh my gosh, hold on. I think, what the heck is that coming from? That's the child abduction thing. Okay, guys, please watch your children. Please watch your children. 1111 is what it says on the screen right now. Actually, gonna It says I have 11 minutes and 11 seconds before my time runs out. This is a twin flame union. Oh no. Guys, if you have a twin flame, there's a possibility one of them won't make it through this weekend. If you have a person, make sure that you tell them all that you need to tell them, okay? And for anyone who's losing their twin flame this weekend, I'm so sorry. Whether you're losing it toxically or because of toxic energy. Maybe someone is in their lustful energy and they're thinking about going and cheating. With the Three of Cups here, it talks about, especially with the devil, it talks about someone lusting and going after someone having sex with someone else. And someone will have to be strong and complete this cycle, because the last sword's going to come out. But what happens after that, guys, is the sun. The happiness will return. So don't worry, okay? Happiness will return. The sun will return. Okay, so hopefully this is the child. Hopefully the child will return. Okay, that's what I have for you guys. The heart of the feminine, I think, is the Two of Cups here. The Four of Cups, them not wanting to look at this love offer anymore with this Emperor because of the truth. Yeah. Anyways, that's what I have for you guys. If you like this video, please like, subscribe down below. That way you'll get notified in the next videos. And until then, as always, stay weird. Bye.